Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It is your girl Amanda Small and welcome. So I apologize for being very late on these videos, but thank you for taking my apology. What? I want to go ahead and continue on with this love series that I started about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I've been slacking. So I apologize. And I hope you forgive me. I thank you for your forgiveness. And now let's move on. Today I'm going to kind of kick off or continue on with this series by talking about the 3 myths of dating and relationships. And of course there are probably a ton more, but I'm going to focus on the 3 that came to my heart and mind. And without further delay, let's go ahead and jump into these 3 myths. Number 1 myth is that dating will cure loneliness. Dating is not going to cure your loneliness. If you feel lonely and you get into a dating relationship, you're actually going to experience more problems. When you're lonely, you desire for someone to know you. You desire for someone to know the deepest parts of you, to be known and to be loved for who you are truly and deeply. And we get into trouble in this area because we will go out on dates and pour our whole hearts out on this person. Maybe not exactly on the first date, but we're going to give so much of ourselves to this person because we desire to be known. We desire to be loved and to be cherished for who we are. Dating essentially is experimental. When you go on a date with someone that you've never met or you haven't spent much time with because you're starting to figure them out, that's essentially what it is. It's experimental. You're figuring it out. You're seeing that this is someone who eventually you could let your guard down and let your heart be known to this person. And the problem is, because this is experimental, you're figuring out this is someone you can be with. 2 things can possibly occur. One is the dating relationship doesn't work out, and so the person then leaves, and then your heart's broken because you gave so much of yourself to this person when it was supposed to be an experimental or a trial, if you will, of let me see if this is someone I could potentially give my heart to. But you gave it all at the beginning, and this person leaves because things didn't work out, and now it falls and your heart falls with it, and you are hurt, even maybe more so than you were when you even started dating this person. The second thing that could possibly happen is maybe the relationship continues on, but you figure out that this isn't a good relationship for you to be in, but you're so lonely, you're willing to hang on and be with this person regardless because you've already poured so much of yourself out to this person, you've already done so much for this person, and you've already told them so much about you, and they know more about you than maybe the people around you do, maybe friends or family. And so letting go of that is very scary and painful. So you don't want to do that, and thus you get caught up in a relationship that isn't good for you and that you probably wouldn't have been in, and you probably would back out of if you hadn't put so much of yourself out there at the beginning. With these 3 myths, I'm telling you, I'm going to also give you solutions because I don't want you to feel bad when you leave this video dang, oh, woe is me. No, I'm going to give you solutions. So for this myth, the solution would be to make sure you have a tight-knit circle of a community of some sort, family, friends, again, if you're in hobbies or sports or a church group, to make sure that you have tight connections with them. And in order for this to work, you need to make sure that you are honest with these other communities that you are a part of. You need to make sure that you're honest about how you really feel, who you really are, what you're really interested in, what you really think about certain things. And again, with anything, like I talked about in the dating relationship, be careful even in these outside relationships, but the benefit of just having friends and family and community is that dating, because it is something that you're kind of just seeing if this will work. Your friends and family community, they will be more of a permanent kind of standby for you. So if that doesn't work, you go to them and you can, like, you know, pour your heart out, and they know your heart, and so they're going to be able to communicate and comfort you and encourage you. And so I would encourage you that if you feel extremely lonely, check to see that you have a good circle of family, friends, and community with you. And it doesn't have to be perfect, you know, maybe it's just one person, you know, or just a couple people. You don't have to have a whole, you know, football team behind you. So I'm just like, I would pray, like, God, bring me around people who are going to encourage me, inspire me, and who are interested in the same things I am. But yeah, definitely, if you feel extreme loneliness, don't just jump into dating and pour your whole heart out and then be crushed. There's a way to date and how to, you know, kind of release yourself in that way. And maybe I'll do that in another video about how to kind of get to that point of releasing more of yourself. Because you don't want to be a stick at the beginning. You know, you don't want to be like unapproachable or unemotional or whatever. But that'll be a separate video. So if you want to hear something like that, let me know. Myth number 2, relationships are to make me happy. And that's a myth. Relationships are not about making you happy. Now, I know when you hear that, you're kind of like, what?
Like, girl, I want to be happy. I don't know what you're talking about. You want to be miserable?
No, that's not what I'm talking about. When you are in a relationship, you should be happy. You should feel happy, I should say, in the relationship. The relationship, you should not be feeling dejected, discouraged, afraid, fearful, none of those things. You should feel happy, but if you go in to a relationship for the purpose of seeking happiness, you will be disappointed. A lot of times we get in relationships because we want to be happy. We seek happiness and we think, if I have a boyfriend, I have a girlfriend, whatever, I'm going to feel happy. It's, you know, because it's meeting that need of loneliness, maybe like the first myth that we talked about. Or I'll just be happier because I'll have someone to go on dates with and they'll do these nice things for me and they'll take me out. But this is the problem. What if that person is also thinking the same thing?
I'm gonna get in this relationship with this girl and, you know, we're gonna go on good dates, we're gonna have a fun time, and, you know, she's gonna make me feel good.
So he's thinking you're gonna satisfy him. You're thinking that he's going to satisfy you. And so what's happening is you both are seeking. You're seeking. And see, this feels uncomfortable even for my hands. You're both seeking, but no one's getting fed. You're just that all the time. But no one's getting fed. No one is being served. And that's what, you know, being in a relationship really is. It's about serving. It's about you showing love to the other person. Relationships, I love this kind of definition by one of my favorite pastors, Charles Stanley. He talks about love is for the growth, the happiness, it's love, happiness, no, growth, happiness. I'm gonna pull this out. Hold up, where's mine? We're gonna just pull it out right here. Hold up. Okay, yes. Wait, is this it? Hold up. I know I have it. Maybe it's on my phone. Hold up. Let's see. Okay, yes. Woo, found it. I have it in my notes. Love is a sacrificial commitment to the peace, security, joy, and development of another person. And so in that realm, when we think about that, really love and being in a relationship is all about what you do for the other person. Now, at the same time, it's important that you are also being fulfilled in a relationship. And in a healthy relationship, what is supposed to happen and what typically does happen. I know we can all talk about the bad cases, but we're not focusing on that because that's not your relationship, right? You're not going to have that relationship. You're going to have the one I'm talking about, where when you give love to the other person, they are going to reciprocate that and desire to love you in return. You are in a relationship and you see that though you are giving love, it is not being reciprocated. That is a time to check and to see if this is something you should continue on with. But a healthy relationship, guys, a healthy relationship is one where you give love and in return they give you love also. So the solution is give to them. Have a desire to show love and show appreciation and encouragement. This is something that I practice and I have not been disappointed thus far. So definitely, show love, give it, and it should be given back to you. And the last myth that I'm going to talk about is relationships will make you feel confident. That is one of the biggest lies.
Think, oh, now I got a man, I'm gonna feel pretty now, I'm gonna feel cute, I'm gonna feel good, and I'm gonna feel confident, and he's gonna make me feel encouraged, and all that type of stuff. Listen, girlfriend, listen to me. Boy, listen to me too. This is for her and him. I want you to hear me. If you feel ugly, unconfident, insecure, dumb, whatever it is, whatever insecurity it is, if you feel that way, you are going to feel that way in your relationship. You may think like, oh, I have a man, so now I'm going to be desirable because he wants me and all that kind of stuff. You're still going to feel like you're not. The danger of this is, if you believe these things prior and you get in a relationship, you're still going to feel this way. And so when your partner does compliment you, you're not going to really believe them. You're going to struggle internally with like, does he really mean that? And all, especially like when you guys go out and maybe like, say you're with your friend or whatever, and your guy, he has other female friends. There's nothing shady going on. Look, we're going in the positive direction. I know in the world we talk about the shadiness and side chicks. Look, this is not your relationship, all right? So in this scenario, you got a good guy. He ain't looking at no one but you, okay? And guys, you got a good girl. She ain't looking at no one but you. Say, your guy has maybe female friends or whatever, and you get insecure, like, maybe he doesn't really like me. Maybe he likes her, like, oh my gosh, she's really, really cute. I hate her. You go into that whole realm, and all of a sudden you feel insecure. Versus if you already know that you are smart, amazing, intelligent, creative, beautiful, it doesn't matter if your man is with other, and look, I'm not saying that he need to be hanging out with a whole bunch of girls, because look, that's not the business either, but I'm just saying, like, if you're walking down one day, going to the park, and a old female friend, he runs into, he says, hey, hi, whatever, and they keep it moving. You don't have to think about, is there something going on? Should I be concerned? You don't have to think about all that, because you already know who you are. And so the solution, before getting into a relationship, I would strongly suggest that you start to get to know who you are. And you won't be perfect. You won't maybe have like a perfect understanding, but you can start to understand what you like, who you are. Do you feel pretty? If you don't, be honest and say, okay, now I need to get on the path to understand how I get to feel that I am beautiful, how I get to the point of feeling that I am confident, that I am smart, that I have something to say, that I'm creative. You need to be on that journey of figuring out who that is and what you offer. And that's going to also help you in your relationships, so you know what you offer in your relationships, what you can do to make the relationship flourish and grow, what you can do just to enjoy your own self when you're not with that person. The worst thing is when you're in a relationship and you are constantly asking questions of whether or not you are good enough, or if this person really loves you for you. And again, there are things that we need to be aware of, we need to be careful of. Not everyone's perfect, and you have to be, that's why I'm glad I know God, because I'd be praying all the time, like, God, give me discernment. If this isn't right, let me know. If this person is lying to me, let me know. I am not trying to have my heart ripped and stomped on the floor. So be wise, but get to know yourself, so that when you get in a relationship, you can feel confident. Plus, if you end up in a relationship where the guy is maybe spending too much time with his female friends, okay, or dudes with girls, like, maybe saying that homeboy a little too late, every day when you're supposed to be hanging out, you won't feel bad about leaving, because you know yourself. You're like, you know what? I wanted to be in a relationship because I want you, not because I need you. I like you, make me happy, and I don't need this disrespect or feeling insecure and all that kind of stuff, or whatever. Like, I can leave. And that's the confidence that you have when you know who you are. If the person isn't right and they are being a little, whatever, you can leave and you're good. And I'm going to find someone who loves me for me and who cherishes me for me. And I'm going to be good. And I'm going to believe when they say it, because I believe it. And when they compliment me, I'm going to feel good because they're seeing, what I see, and they're seeing how I feel, and they're bringing more of that out of me. I go all in all about that, because that's the good stuff. And on these videos, I want to focus on the good stuff. I know in social media we see all the bad and the side chicks and the, and the guys that are dogs and the ones who are cheating, but we're not going to focus on that, because again, that's not your relationship. And even if that is, hopefully through these videos we can talk about, you can comment, whatever. Follow me on my socials, DM me, we can talk about this stuff. But girl, boy, look, I'm here for you. I am your little cheerleader when you go on dates. Like, I'm rooting for you to have good dates and good relationships. So anyways, guys, that ends this video. And you got a date tonight, girl or boy. Have fun. Have fun. Enjoy it. Treat them well. And I hope you have an awesome time. And if you're not going on a date, get to know yourself. Have fun. Be with friends. That's another benefit. If you don't, if your date falls out on you, you got friends, you got community. You go out somewhere, or just chill at home. Whatever is your style. So have a good weekend, y'all. Take care. Bye.